Bushama mo kwaba enfama K Black Media. Ebusha ya Maame Akosua Serwah ene die watimi ama edi aye ne ba Kelvin. Obeka se di bai eno amana ye no. Ene yi enkrata asemu a ye nyina yi nim se amamre mu edie nenka ye kase ba pani di a nenka ne ho hia anase eba die bia na onna ye mani di animu. Ene yi enkra ba bonte che se ye Maame Akosua Serwah ene me wo se wode ne ba Kelvin edi ye no. Eni afei wamfa ne din anya wode ne baketwa Sandler edin ena wode akwakoye enkrata bi e wo se wode ye enumu naneyi Kevin ne so abuofu ene etwate a wate o maame so no ebusua allege enya semba na osusu se die nti ena ono ye bapani na ye probi amna dida dilumbade a enkomo die kire se ene na ne din eni wo papa din so enti eni maame no amfra anye enu na etimi akoma ensem na twetwe bebra so se ai ada kodei enye Maame Akosua Serwah aba anasa sei ebuhwensem hu kyeremu obeka ho na yetie e de abasisie uwie so ahye
then na Kelvin bema penyi oye lumma ba ne mai na abakan se ne maame eko file elia no de ne baketua din e na eko file me pamcho mo ansa sa question ne maame na de obeka sankasa
well maame ma answer me so me ba penyi nti no I will put myself in the shoes of Kevin ade ama me say why you know say you know prayer why another great mistake when you careful because send a year member is it here no untimi influence oba bema send you betimi influence oba ba easily because here member no we don't act with emotions we look at realities oba bema wo ho yes yet also ne papa no you the role this young guy played. And some of us, we came to love the boy. We gave him respect. Because me papa feel no. That was exactly what that young boy did. And see, that shows that the guy is very capable. Say, or step it up. Ejina ne papa name. And she said, find a chi. Eko find in back to. Then what disrespecting no as the eldest son. And this also proves he doesn't agree with the things you are doing as a mother. And the first one who are butchering from Korano.
That is not the reason. Let me give you the reason why Kelvin cannot be put on that document.
Because
Kelvin
of the name,
is not a child of Lumba. And
yeah, the Shindelano.
Legally, Kelvin, Mamina filing as Lumba ba. That is where I want to draw our attention to. The first two children of Lumba legally are not his children. But oko paternity test mudia enema. And the honor okodragisa issue na honor the law of forgery of documentation ebereno. Eti this issue na ye kan ye say ye bi mu aye ye yase in some way court. Yet na fie kasa same way edi ye hu emfumso etumu a we wouldn't have gotten to this stage that we have gotten to, because there's nobody on earth up in the ba eye bakan outside bema, not the power of attorney command a man, not the command a baba oba or no sign call worry own kita family name no or they call or find another family name. So you cannot be smart with the law. The law will always pull you closer and tie you with your own you can say evidence of whatever you are giving in court. One say gradually they are trying to loose themselves up from certain traps that they have set themselves, but now they cannot come out of it. Why would you put Sierra's name on LA when Kelvin is the oldest of all the children that Lumba had? And even to talk of him being a male child, Africa, a male child are very important to the society, especially when it comes to role of leadership. It is always handed to male child. How come this time you are even giving it to the smallest of them, who is even a female? Let's ask those questions. These people, they are up to something, but the law will always be the law, and you will definitely put yourself in trouble if you are not careful wanting to play with the law. That is how the law looks. The law is like a burning fire that does not burn, but it will definitely burn you when it gets to that stage.
Oh, thank you so much, sis. Is it yay or yay? I don't even know how to.
Is yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I climbed up here not to stir up drama, but just to give some clarification. Okay. So if you have a litigation matter with somebody, right? And you feel like their lawyer is not competent. In your case, you would have preferred if the person has taken a competent lawyer, and the person insists on going with the same lawyer through whose first call judgment they lost the case. Wouldn't you be happy that they're using the same lawyer that is not good to go for the appeal? Why would you be concerned that they are using the lawyer that through whom you were able to win your first case and then their opponent lost? You'd be so happy that they are keeping loyalty, right? So when you are against a person and they're using the same lawyer through whom they lost the case, you should be competent. But if you are still talking about it, it means you are not sure of your own self. You shouldn't worry about them going for an appeal. And then when somebody is talking,
almost say Patrick Frauai.
You just go ahead.
This is a platform that I think you guys allow everybody to share their submission in the way they are comfortable, right?
Right.
So you wouldn't say that almost all in country, right? So, and then when you hear somebody talking and then they say something like, let's have empathy for the two women. That is emotions. Then the same person turns around and said that we don't use emotions in courts. That is when you see that people are confusing themselves, because this case is, we're talking about empathy. Empathy is when you have empathy for somebody because they have 6 children and they should be considered as a wife. And the law is when that person says that I do understand that you've had an affair, you've had a relationship with my husband. However, and I do recognize you as an important person in the deceased life. But however, when you guys were having the same relationship for 17 years, as you claim that I was never around, there was never a divorce issued between me and the said party. So I still remain his wife.
Okay. I think you've raised, like, I don't know if it's a rhetorical question or you need answers to those questions.
No, I like rhetorical. I'm raising rhetorical questions because when if I intentionally mention somebody, that's gonna be like I'm attacking the person, and that's not what the platform should be about, right? So, and then you hear somebody say that the woman never had a marriage certificate. Once they say that, then you get confused and you say that we're talking about a case that is in progress, right? You go and read a verdict. It's in Ghana that somebody's questioning her status in the deceased life. So thereby she find a lawyer and she says, listen, these are my documentations. I want you to look at it and declare that I am the man's wife. And if I'm declared as his ordinated or civil wife, that means all other marriages become null and void. Because you cannot be in an ordinance marriage with somebody and then you still go ahead to have another marriage. That's all she's trying to say. So this is why she didn't file the case in Germany. The case and whoever questioned her status in the deceased life is in Ghana. It's not in Germany. She's not scared to go to court in Germany. She has nothing to hide. You've all seen the woman. She's coming off as a very principled person. Not much of a talker. Let's do it the lawful way. But then you are using all those things against her. And another thing, Akosua, she birthed Kevin, she birthed Charlene, she birthed Sarah. And you're Biana, Sankrano, Emma. No. Think of the year, if we have to calculate the years, how long ago that Lumba came to settle in Ghana to pursue his music and other lifestyle. Would see a year, 17 years now, what's free? 31 years more, 14. It tells you, say, when that Lumba came to the country, left his other family in Germany, not Kevin was 14 years old. And yet Kevin, and raised Akosua Serwah, and Akosua Serwah, and raised Kevin. And to muka say, only ne ma benye problem, Akosua Serwah, ne wo, not to see woman. Most say, oh, by, the way, the demeanor and the composure and the character of the boy, most of you admired him. Me, just watching the kids and their demeanor, how they comport themselves, I came to admire the mother. Wow. 14 years when the father was not in their life, she was able to raise these kind of kids. Kids that are able to separate their mother's emotions from their father's issue.
I'm sorry to interrupt. The children have been going to Ghana, and the Duaghters member has been paying for their fees ever since.
Let her carry on, please. Let her carry on.
Yeah. So 14 years ago, when Daddy Lumba went to Ghana, and that boy was 14, a teenage boy, Akosua raised that boy to become the man that he is today. So when we are gonna, if I'm gonna give credit, I'm gonna give credit to the mother that separated emotions from anything to make sure that her child doesn't become a vagabond, to make sure that the children still live as happy children, because you need to raise happy children to have resilience. So I give all that credit to Akosua Serwah. A lot of people have had separations, divorces from their partners, and then they've used their kids against the fathers. Some of them will never let the children come visit their fathers.
Can you mute?
Please run it up for us, okay? Please run it up.
Some of them will never let the kids come see their father, even when they're paying child support, but they still don't deny their father the presence of the children in their life. She never did that. She made sure that the kids are still able to bond with your father. You saw what happened at the funeral, especially with Charlene.
So
you see that Charlene is a very happy person.
You are now telling us that they were still bonding with their father. So which of them are you telling us?
Who said their father rejected them? Who said what? Martha, who said what?
Their father rejected them, and Akosua Serwah single-handedly took care of them.
I never. Listen, you are doing like you're trying to do like a bone of contention when somebody is talking. I came up here respectfully. Everybody's showing their opinion. I muted myself. I listened to everybody's submission. When it came to my turn, you keep interrupting me. It's really bad.
It's okay. Please calm down. Please wrap it up for us, okay? Please.
So what I'm saying is, if somebody raised their kids to become the kids that they are, you give the credit to the mother who would never put emotions into raising those kids. If I'm going to court to prove that I am a wife, I do understand that you did have a relationship with my husband. You could have even been married by my husband, but because of the type of marriage that we had, you are now recognized as a wife. I think that's fair enough. That's not emotions. And she's not scared to file anything in Germany. If after everything she goes back to Germany and she's going to claim something and somebody comes up and say, it could be a German government, whatever, they come and say, listen, Mr. Akosua, you're not recognized as a wife. Then she can still find a lawyer and go to court. So let's not throw dust into people's eyes like, only my problem. Me wo me ba na me tete no, only me problem. Me ba no. Me enkra na nyom no tete o ma me na tete no, omo. And see that agenda now will promote or in mind you're fine. It's not true. So stop it. Your kids are your kids. You raise them and you nurture them. They have no other respect for anybody than you. I say so any ma any control no. Or no reason cry no. Emo mo ye domo ye. Mo no more reason cry na mo hu mo aye o mo fe. To mo bom maame. Mufasa respect no, and mama, no. Even if you will never recognize it as anything, the kids respect their parents. They respect their mother too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, host, for having me.
Okay, thank you so much, Prim. Let me use 1 minute to say one something here. Okay, so when our sister was talking, I came in and I was asking, say, for the sake of let me just so I was saying, say, it wasn't I was asking her if, say, all the questions that she was raising, they were rhetorical questions or she needed answers to them. And she said they were all rhetorical questions. But Kakra Meka Wohon say, for some of us, I wouldn't say some of us, for some people on mobile platforms where they were saying, say, Lawyer Kusi, he is not a good lawyer, no. And yes, say, they are against Akosua. And this case, none of us is part of the legal team. So team way, team that, team this, team that. So we are all like okay. Nobody is part of the legal team now. Proceeded this way. And the fact that some of us don't side with Masewa, and the fact that some of us don't side with Odobroni doesn't make that doesn't say anything. Say we doesn't make it look say we hate any of them. Say we hate Masewa or we hate Odobroni. No, we don't hate any of them. Okay, but the thing is,
Remember, I think I will drop so that you can pick somebody. I don't want to hold your space.
Okay, thank you for your time. For right now, no, it's like we are sharing ideas. We are all saying what we think, say, your person can help this conversation and answer this whole issue. Because you will be die-hard fans of deal. But a platform I always say, I'm part of the people I could see hospital or deal Papa Krum. Okay. That was the fantasy club of deal. My interest in this issue is because of the love I have for deal. One of the things that I would love to address and say although Brody Crawford say like lawyer Kusi is not a good lawyer. It's not like say, oh, yeah, Tama say when I didn't say or lawyer be any good. Why are we worried? No. Yeah, cousin bema asem na aba in like justice na so open justice and you're not using the good people the good lawyers are. I mean, justice now open. Maybe you might not get it. And one and two. If we are giving the credit, as our sister said, say we should give the credit to Serwah. Yeah, we will give the credit to Serwah, but we will not also overlook the things that Lumba did. Anya Lumba paid their school fees or share womo. Anya she no kwarani makwan bia they no moba Ghana to spend some time with their father. For the credit we will give to both sides. Enya maame ni kwana na your sister ka say kwarani Lumba ma Serwah ma, so nobody can turn them against omo maame and omo maame. No. Ma Serwah kwentimi ngo. The same way Lumba kwentimi, it takes two people to tango. Internet your mummy and a bar together and them your mummy and a bar together and so you cannot say we will give the credit to one side and leave the other side and only you two into mummy and we give the credit to both Lumba and Serwah. They did a great job like sending quarantine so we like it. Okay, and I think so or some making mention of something. Say, well, so far they're no. Okay, and obia and we can disagree to agree or we can whatever. And to say, oh dear, say Danny Gold. What
if you are mute, please.
Dear Obekano. If what Danny go do whatever you have, no, say and it's not in line with media, it doesn't make me wrong. Into say media, it's not appropriate for you to say I should spare you that. Okay, because that is my opinion. So if you don't side with me, what time or so you will say yours, but don't say I should spare you that. I don't think that's a respectful way to say things. All right.
If you are mute, you my feedback. I think the little one I may the 1 minute. No mercy now. What me have to be say. The sister no be kasa. Yes, we respect her submission, and we don't know her as a person. Likewise, she doesn't know anybody up here. Me personally, I don't know her. Issue, yes, people are taking stand. They have the right to take stand. But as a Ra said, some of us, we love Lumba. Me, I love Lumba. And therefore, the love I have for Lumba, anything associated to Lumba, I tend to love those things as well, or love those people as well. You see, I use the words that we need to empathize and sympathize with the women, the man because they are widows. So one thing I see the meaning of empathy. You are linking empathy to emotions. That is very, very, very wrong. Because when you empathize and you sympathize with somebody, it helps you to respect that person. What do we see on the social media? They are insult left, right, and center from both teams. Odobroni team name, Maame Serwah team, they are insulting each other, calling them names. And that one doesn't show empathy. And yet just being emotional. We are emotional. We see the outcome of being emotional. And we see the outcome of being empathizing and sympathizing with somebody for being a widow. So they are not you be say they need to respect both women because they are widows. But the women themselves, also need to take responsibility of their actions because some actions, now if you open to the truth is Ghana, we are divided in this issue. Say, one side supporting Odobuni, one side supporting Maame Serwah. And you'll be all right. You'll be on the right. But the main can see soon say, who say you, how perfect are you? Serwah warrior, how perfect are you in your own marriage? Instead say, you be sure be free or massing, yeah, your relationship, rather, no, we are just following blindly. Obi Bejina ha. People have taken the fight for themselves. Who are the Onoa go through Onoa Warimu? Obi Eba Ebe show say divorce the achievement. No, divorce is not an achievement. Yes, Uti Awarimu, na ye abuse wa. They ye go animas and respect wa. Yes, it's good. Say we be free Awarimu, we be divorce. But if everything is fine now, divorcing on the ground say be a misunderstanding, it is part of the maturity in marriage. You should be able to resolve conflict. That shows the way you're mature. It's in your conflict, be leading to divorce. It depends the nature of issue now about now me can say abuse woman, a bro woman, emotional abuse woman, then you can leave the marriage. But say a misunderstanding, any issue, a trivial issue you can resolve with your partner. Don't divorce. Imagine platform so with divorce name a achievement. Because some of us you cannot mislead us. Yes, we may misleading cophobia, but you cannot mislead everybody because we read. It be more read it. We read. And so if I'm able to read, I won't sit down for you to come and tell me, say, I dear black or no, touch him, say, you're white. And you expect me to believe
And now you said 1 minute.
Around me, that's hey, Danny, so about the minimum. See, Daniel, but
Running.
all right, me that's around me, see why.
Easy. Yo, Nana Kwabna, me that's very.
You're missing
It's my brother. It's good. It's all right.
He's a good brother, I know. Danny, Charlie, I need to wait.
All right, Danny, let's hear you. But before you come in, Danny, Sister Martha, me pacho bibi ohana na opesa ode kan the lady in the back kind na responsible person Nana.
Thank you so much. I think there's one thing Ghanaians are not getting right, and Ayeme say Muslim is coming from people who are living in foreign countries. Me pacho uko foreign countries the time a man is seen as irresponsible and has deserted his home, eye abre papa no en contribute in nothing, emotionally, financially, physically, in everything. They don't see him in anything. Such a man is described as what deserting a family and or ye irresponsible man. And until normal the system say guwa baby owo bia no yetimi ti usika near the child support. This is the reason why and before I enjoy child support. This was the reason the system created that child support. Now, you can't tell me, say, a father who has deserted his home, he's irresponsible, one bob bra, and one shanema. This same man, in the same context, you will tell me, say, Nembama holidays are ocha tickets, nan kolana besrano. Ah, kolane ba efia on ne yere fufuo team. Omu wi omasiya kofie. No, say how many fathers have left abroad and are in Ghana or in their various homes in Africa? No more sciences or more currency into foreign currency to pay school fees. Me bisa question way. Then you want me to sit here and see Lumba as an irresponsible man? I am sorry to tell you, say, we are very, very ignorant when it comes to knowing who a responsible father is. Responsibility does not necessarily mean say nipa nene won't not dying bakumu and son when we saw you're responsible. Ye wɔ mothers a wɔn te Ghana a wɔn kunu no mu aburukyire a de bia wɔn de sika mena obi wɔ hɔ nkrata 20 years kora ne ba a onyem no after 20 years ɔkɔ aburukyire kɔ mfa n'ani hu ne bia mu da but o playing the roles and responsibilities. Such a man or bound to be fanning kujina be bia and cast or irresponsible, all because he couldn't be at the same place of his children. Now let's get this fact. The same witnesses of Yemdina box must say Lumba said he was sick and Tiniri Ghana no treating and the woman refused to follow the man. Now, what is a matrimonial home? Every woman that is married lives wherever her comfort is and follows her man to wherever the man lives. Naturally, per every natural marriage law, a woman have to live wherever she is and be where the husband is. Now, a woman who have refused to be with the husband at a point in time comes back after the husband is dead and tells us that she's a legal wife. Now, come and prove to us what makes you a legal wife. Till date, you still haven't proved yourself. Where is your certificate? You bring in photocopies, you bring in different documents with different dates, with different signatures. Like, hello, why can't we be truthful to ourselves? This woman has played her role in the husband's life. This woman has been a good woman once upon a time. Doesn't still make her a good woman as we speak. All of us on this platform has one way or the other left a certain relationship at a time before. And we have moved on with our lives. It doesn't mean that our previous relationship, we should still hold it at heart because we have moved on. Please. Yewa at a point in our life, obi buaye and yabeye mausi obi bua me na mi beye dani. And that person should always be holding me and be reminding me say me na mi ye o mausi. Haven't we all moved on in our life at a point in our life? Please, let's stop these things. Anytime I hear people say Lumba, you're irresponsible, he has deserted his home, na me raho. A man, do you live with them at where they are still living, or they follow you to where you are living? A man, do you still remain where you were before the man met you, or you follow the man to where he lives? The man's place of living becomes your matrimonial home. You don't still live where you are living because you feel that is your comfort zone. That is not what marriage is. Let's be truthful to ourselves. You people are not asking your husbands to come and live with you in Ghana, but rather you are fighting that they should file for you to come and stay with them because you are married to them and that is your matrimonial home. Why are you people asking your men to file for you to come and live with them abroad? Because you feel where he lives is your matrimonial home. Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, Maame ayade, why mistakes be musoso. Let's learn from those mistakes. And what are we learning? Yena yewa, what are we learning? Obiti was a worry, but for all you know, this thing could have happened to her in the future. But instead of us to learn, you take care of so personal. Say, even if the truth is white, we still want to remain say a black because emotionally, I feel say a black. Let's be truthful to ourselves. No woman marries and lives at her own comfort. She moves in with the husband. Wherever the husband stays is what her matrimonial home is. Me da say, me isifen.
Creamy.
Yes. Oh, someone's in the line of call. Okay.
No, she said she's dropping down. So, Sifo.
Oh, are they?
She said she's done. She said Medasi and then she said messy form.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go down.
All right, yo, step on see that was say a new contribution. Me pacho Danny Gold. I'm say buy one on casa.
Right.
Yes. All right. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm gonna mix tree and brofo, Anyway, I'll start from this point. Say anka obi pe obi obetua school fees ama obi keke a anka ye mfre oba sorry na ko ware na ni kunu school fees keke na otua menye sure says oba na betima ka say ma ware because o ware a ana say o family a o adwuma anye say as bema we all round bema wudi mono. Where you man yes obetua school fees keke ama womba. And I say omo holiday and wa mama besrao and no say we are responsible father or that makes you a father. People can be good fathers and not so much as a good husband. And people can be a good husband and not a good father. But when you have the blend of the two now, then it makes you an upright, all-round good man. So paying school fees, me child be school fees. Onyame ba pay a lot of school fees. Onyame ba some of them mean to me in the university or whatever. But with societies, our stance and certain things have blinded us in society. We forget ourselves and then we think, say, just paying school fees for your children makes you a responsible man. It's so sad to hear. I'm so worried. It's worrisome. Say, this day and age, people think, say, paying school fees, and then some will even think that it's making sense. You pay school fees. Some countries, they don't pay school fees. You go to some countries, they don't pay school fees. Where I live, nobody